Belize, the colonial counter-strike, a journey and struggle to independence. Belize is an anomaly. If Belize was a jewel, it would be a diamond, and like all diamonds, they are born from intense pressure. Belize was born from oppression. Belize is a small and rich country with diverse culture and its people. Belize is located in Central America below Mexico and above Guatemala. Belize is home to many races, faces, and wonderful places. Belize is known as a melting pot. Like all ingredients, it is a delicious dish, and the people represent each ingredient, which melt and combine together to create a food so mighty, delicious, and succulent to the palate. Belize is the only English-speaking country in Central America, and it's also part of the Caribbean CARICOM communities. It has a flag which is composed of red, white, and blue, and it's the only flag where people appear in it. You will read underneath the people sub umbra floreo, which means under the shade we flourish, and it's surrounded by 50 leaves for the year 1950 when the journey began to independence. The quest for independence stopped 31 years later on September 21st, 1981. We are in the year 2020 and 38 years have passed since Belize became independent, but its 31-year journey to independence had its hurdles. Let's find out more. Belize, the journey to independence. Belize was a colony of England. The Spaniards first came to the New World when Christopher Columbus decided to have a voyage to prove that the world was round, and accidentally came across the New World. The English were buccaneers who settled on the land known as Belize. They came after the Spaniards. The English buccaneers would steal away from the Spaniards, and after a long life of crime from pillaging and taking from the Mayans, they eventually settled and became baymen. They would focus on cutting logwood, primarily mahogany. After finding the work too challenging, they would import slaves from Africa to help them look for mahogany and in the process of cutting logwood. The Spaniards would also invade the settlements. Time after time, they would have fights and battles. One of the well-known battles is known as the Battle of St. George's Key, when the British fought alongside their slaves to chase away the invaders who were the Spaniards at that moment. After years and years of oppression, the slaves fought for emancipation. Later on, they would fight for independence. Belize, previously known as British Honduras, never knew what it is to be free. But like every child who wants freedom, its parents try to delay and prevent its freedom from happening. This is known as a colonial counter-strike, a struggle for independence, the oppressor's last stand. They were discouraging political rallies by arresting political leaders and charging them with sedation. Come, let us take a look at two of our greatest heroes. One of them was the first Prime Minister of Belize. He is well known as Honorable George Cadell Price. He had help with his activist friend as well. This is a memorial here in Orange Walk, as you can see. This is to pay tribute to who they were. Alongside him, Phillip Goldson. The oppressors would try to delay independence by preventing people from voting. Only the literate and people with property could vote. Here is an example.
It's time to make a difference. It's time to become independent. Good day, sir. Is this where you vote?
Your name?
Ronald!
Can you read?
No!
Can you write?
No!
Do you own property?
Noah!
Get out of here!
Now that we're independent and have obtained adult suffrage, some people don't know how to vote or who to vote for in the sense of making decisions. Here's an example.
But show me, I need one vote, my bike. Yeah, this is how you vote?
What's your name?
Ronald!
Can you read?
Yeah.
Can you write?
Yeah, kinda.
Can you write an X?
Yeah, I could write on X. I got a lot of X's.
Okay, well, do you own property?
What's property?
Piece of land?
No. I got my shirt and my shoes.
Come on, pass.
Thank you.
Time to get my $50. The oppressors would also focus on the negative impacts of independence rather than the positives, to keep people dependent on the crown. The oppressors would also spread false propaganda about the activists fighting for independence to cause character defamation and the decline in their support towards independence. These were hard times back in the days, but now We're free and independent. We are Belize. We are Belize, a mighty people, strong, independent, and free. No longer shall we fear the invaders. The struggle that gave birth to a free nation. Let us remember the people who fought for emancipation, the Mayans who were put to almost the brink of extinction and genocide from the invaders. Let us remember that when we see each other, we see one people united in freedom, united as a nation, fighting towards a better future and a better tomorrow. Let us remember that when people wanted to vote, they were denied the privilege. And now that we have the privilege, we must think how to use it. One vote can impact an entire nation and set the course towards a future, a bright one, or a better one, or a worse one. Please remember to be responsible with your choices and decisions. We are all one under one flag sub umbra floreo. Let us live in unity and not in division. No more segregation. Let us be united. Let us be one, working towards a better future. A place where our children's children and their children will have a home, a land, a place where they belong.